So this is a battle report with the Beastmen. It's 2,500 points against Ogres. Um, it's in preparation for Grail Quest, so I'm trying to figure out what monster to take to Grail Quest. This player, I've been playing against him for the past 2 years. He started off playing a Tomb King army, and then he didn't like the way the army played, so he decided to go with the Ogres. And they're a lot of fun. Beastmen versus the Ogres. You know, here's his center. Here's his army deployment. We're playing the the scenario where you start off deploying randomly, and what happens is my Minotaurs show up, my Doom Bull shows up, my Greater Spawn Beast shows up. That's the Jabberslife there you see in front of you, and the Chariot shows up. But the 50-man Gore Horde with the Bray Shamans don't show up. I have an Ungor Raider unit on the right, the far right, of 10, and I just like them. You know, I mean, I like the fluff behind the Ungor, and in his center we have a big unit of Iron Guts, two units of Bulls, 3 units of Bulls, I believe, and on the far right, inside of a building, we have Lead Belchers, and he has a Stone Tusk and a Thunder Tusk. So this is going to be interesting. And there's the unit of Lead Belchers in the building. We decided to go to a store you usually don't go to play, you know, because we're trying to show our face around the town. We have a unit of Mournfang over on the right, and behind the Mournfang is a Firebelly. And so let me amend that. His Lead Belchers are in the building on the left. He gets first turn, so he moves the Lead Belchers out of the building. And he moves his Hunter. I think that's a Hunter forward. He has another Mournfang unit. I failed to actually recognize them in the initial explanation here. His Mournfang are going to shoot at my Harpies. I want to keep those Harpies. He realizes I used the Harpies to redirect, so he wants to get rid of my redirecting guys. He moves his Mournfang up, and then his Thunder Tusk, or the Stone Tusk, is back there in the back. And then he moves the rest of his army up forward. At this point, I'm sitting there thinking, I don't have any magic on the field right now, and I hope they roll in, because right now I have no magic. And he's starting off pushing forward pretty aggressively. So, yeah, the only thing I have is Minotaurs and a Chariot, which they're almost useless. I believe he actually fires at the beast, and he regens the attack over on the. You see his Saber Tusk coming up on the left side over there. He wants to harass my back lines, because the funny thing is, the last time those things harassed my back lines of the Beastmen, it actually won the game. It was stupid. I broke every time. And but anyway, here's how that looks. All right, so there's the Saber Tusk, there's the Lead Belchers, and here's a picture of nothing. So I'm going to talk about the picture of nothing. All right, there we go. All right, it's done. All right, and then he fired a chain trap at the Spine Beast. So the Spine Beast regenerates the chain trap, and here we go. He shoots up my Harpies back here in the back here, so they're now useless. He's killed three or four of them, and now we're in trouble. So in my turn, I push my Harpies out there because they're gonna die anyway. There's nothing that can save them. So push them from the Spine Beast, since the Spine Beast is like stubborn, and hopefully I can make some time until my Gore show up. And I start casting miasma on everything. His movement reduced it down to 1 on one of his bull units. I'm trying to slow his entire list down. I used miasma on the Lead Belchers, and I dropped their ballistic skill by 2 or 3. So now they're hitting on 6s, so that's good. I don't need them killing my entire army. And there's the Gore. They show up. They actually show up. They walk on with all my freaking sorcerers in there, walking right behind the herdstone. So now we're playing with power, portable power, Nintendo power. And then here's another look. In his turn, he actually pushes forward, and here's the spine. He makes a charge on the Harpies. They're dead. And the Ungor, they shoot at the Mournfang, hoping to get like a wound through or something like that. It's really fruitless, but I need to try anyway, right? You never know, right? You can have bad luck with his dice. Here's my chariot right here next to the spine beast, looking down the barrel of two giant monsters and Mournfang. So, but I'm happy though, because if he charges the spine beast, the minotaurs will hit him on the flank or the rear, and really do some damage. The minotaurs, they try to charge and I think they fail. So, there you go with that. Here's the Ungor looking at Mournfang like, we're supposed to do something with this? I mean, seriously, we're Ungor. We can't shoot worth a lick unless we're at tournaments. And here we go. He charges the Spine Beast, I believe. No, this is the close combat with the Harpies, and they're gonna die. And I think that's the dice roll for leadership, and leadership, and with the chariot, it sticks around. The Minotaurs. I don't know what that 2 is for. He shoots at them with the lead belchers, and does 2 wounds to the Minotaur. And here's another look at the chariot. Here's another look at the and his saber-tooth is right behind us. So there we go with that. The Ungors are going to dance around the Mournfang, because that's what they're going to do. They're going to just sit and harass the Mournfang until I can figure out what to do with them. And then we got the his Thunder Tusk rolls up into the I think he rolls up into the Minotaurs, or he's just right in front of them. The Beastmen get hit. I reformed them in my turn, and Beastmen get hit in the front by some bulls and the Stone Tusk, and so they should hold. I think that turn they got Alchem's Mind Razor off on them, so they should hold. They should do okay. And here's a picture of the Minotaurs attacking into the Thunder Tusk after it landed some impact hits. The Thunder Tusk is really devastating because it's strength 6 and it has all these impact hits. The only problem is you have to trade the impact hits for your regular attacks. So, and then here's what happens afterwards. The Doom Bull goes crazy. The Minotaurs go crazy. They kill a couple of bulls because I think he charged the Minotaurs. This is actually a picture after. I missed some pictures, and this is what's happening. He ends up doing 5 wounds on the, ultimately doing 5 wounds on the Jabberslife looking things. And here's a mixing picture. I was really excited about this game. It was really fun. So sometimes I miss the pictures, and so bear with me here. And then here we go. Here's what happens in that close combat. The Iron Blaster, the Lead Belchers run, and the Hunter runs, and so the Minotaurs have to pursue, and they are pursued like 2 inches. And then here's the fight with the Spine Beast. They kill the Spine Beast. I think those are Iron Guts that killed him. And yeah, it was a try. And over here, the they wrecked shop against those bulls, but they still couldn't land enough wounds to kill the Stone Tusk. They had strength 8, and they still couldn't land enough wounds. It was sad business. And they don't do enough wounds to take it out. Ultimately the creature ends up killing the rest of the gore. But before that, he actually charged the gore with a Iron Gut unit and finished them. They broke and ran, and he caught them. But in my turn, I actually charged his character, his tyrant, and then hit him. Well, there's the picture of them about to charge the tyrant. The Minotaurs were taken out by a bull unit, a large bull unit, and they ended up fleeing. His tyrant ended up fleeing, and the rest of the unit ended up fleeing, and but the gore ultimately get destroyed by the Iron Guts because they just couldn't hit. They rolled for fear and they failed their fear test, so they couldn't hit. They rolled the Primal Fury and failed that too, and they got overrun and killed. And here's the picture of the Doom Bull charging the tyrant and killing him, and he overran. And then the Gore Bull actually charged a long charge and got a hold of his the last remaining bull and killed him. The panic made his Stone Tusk flee, and then he fled into his Mournfang, which also fled, and then they kind of frog hopped, and then he charged the rest of his army into the Doom Bull, and that's never good because the Doom Bull is the Doom Bull. And then he tries to rally his Mournfang. They never do rally. They kept fleeing, and the Stone Tusk actually rallied, and so all he has left is a Stone Tusk now. And this is what's left. The Doom Bull turns around to go after his hunter because he wants to eat everything because he's a Doom Bull, and that's what they do. And they're so much fun. And then the Mornfang actually flee off the table in his turn. They never rally. That's the only problem with ogres. They have low leadership, and so it's tough to rally and back up once you break them. And the Doom Bull charges into his last character and kills him. And then the Gold Boar turns around and says, "Good job, buddy. Way to go. You're the man. And I'm just number 2. And I will forever be number 2." And here's a picture of the Stone Tusk rallying. And so this is what's left on the game. It was a really fun game. It's always a fun game when the Beastmen go against Ogre and they get to drink Ogre blood. And so if you like what you've watched, subscribe. If you have any comments, you can also make the comments. I mean, you can even give tips to my opponent. I mean, he also watches my battle reports too, so that's also good. And so thank you for watching.